I can't make this too little, then they can't see it. Then again, maybe they can see it. The big beautiful bill. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it beautiful? And then a Trump. Isn't it beautiful? It's one beautiful bill. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. That's funny. Rowan McDonald, what's up? My favorite college football. It was Florida. I haven't watched college football in so long ever since they implemented this damn what is this shit called? UIL. Well, even before that, all these kids moving around, I can't keep up. Because when I was in high school watching college, we knew everybody. Because they was there for at least 2 years. So you could kind of get to know people. Now, man, they be gone, swapping schools and shit. I got tired of this shit. What's up, Cat? I'm over here trying to respond to these damn tweets. You know what? I'm not gonna respond. That's the best response. A bunch of nut jobs. A bunch of freaking nut jobs. Oh shit! They talking about this white Black Panther. People finna have a fit. I told him to damn. I told him to stop doing that shit. Always trying to make these characters black instead of just having our own shit. Now they gonna start making black characters white, and people gonna be getting man. I told him leave that shit alone. I like white Captain America. I don't want a black Captain America. Just make him another type of American style hero. You don't gotta be Captain America. You don't need a black Superman. Stupid. All right, let's do it. The big beautiful bill. Donald Trump's big beautiful bill. Can y'all hear me? Anybody in the chat? Cause I did this shit one day and I don't know if people could hear me. Sometimes I gotta hear myself. I know that. That's why I put these earbuds in. Reason why I use these earbuds is so I can hear my voice. I use this thing right here on my mic where I don't need phantom power because most mics need phantom 48 volts of phantom power. And you have to have a interface. I got an interface, but it's just too much clunk to hook up. And it puts more of a strain on my computer. So I use this thing called a Shure. Is it an MV? It's called MV or something like that. A Shure something. Well, you actually plug it up onto the back of the mic, and it gives you 48 phantom power. And you can also plug in a set of earbuds right here where you can hear it. And instead of using the interface, you can go straight from the mic straight to the computer. So, cool. Thank you, Hope. The big beautiful bill. There was some things in here I liked. It was a couple of things I didn't like. I hope Miss Paradise, I think that's her name on YouTube. I know on Twitter it's Life is a Paradise. But I think on her it was Miss Paradise. She's the one who gave me some of this information. So I want to give her her credit. Because she actually suggested this show. So I want to be fair when I'm saying that. But some of this stuff I went over, some of it I didn't. If I play some clips here and there, I didn't get to watch all of these clips. I just went over. But some of this stuff I do like. Particularly what I did like is the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, which I think in my last live, that guy, I can't remember his name. He was like, that's like a trick or something. I'm like, how is that a trick? But I'm pretty sure he's been listening to MSNBC and them telling them, yeah, it doesn't really mean anything that he wants to give no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. He's just gonna take it out of your ass somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. They just want you to believe this guy is so evil, man. This guy is like, man, he just hates everybody. No matter what he does, it's not real. He's gonna get you. He's the big bad boogeyman. He's gonna get you some kind of way. This is not true. It's not true. These are from the WhiteHouse.gov. It says 50 reasons why President Donald Trump's one big beautiful bill is the best chance in generation to pass critical reforms for which Americans voted. I'm gonna just go over a few of them. First one, it says it delivers the largest tax cut in American history. This means an extra $5,000 in Americans' pockets with a double-digit percentage decrease to their tax bills. Americans earning between $30,000 and $80,000 will pay around 15% less in taxes. Now, doesn't that sound pretty good? Because most people, they make between $30,000 and $80,000. All of these people that's running around here acting like they make $100,000 a year, they don't make $100,000 a year. And if you do, you're not bringing it home. Maybe grossing that. You ain't bringing it home. You're not bringing it home. Says it raises Americans' take-home pay by as much as $13,300 and wages by as much as $11,600. That's with all the tax breaks. I'm sure that what they talking about there is the no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. Now think about that. I think I'm gonna keep talking about that for some reason. Is because somebody who's a 9 to 5 guy works overtime sometime. I would love no tax on overtime. How many jobs have you like, man? They be like, man, you want to work some overtime, make some more money? You like, yeah, hell yeah. You start working overtime and you be, man, that payday come, you think, bro, woo, I worked a lot of overtime. I'm gonna be killing it this check. I'm gonna be able to pay some bills. You get the check, it may be like $100, $200 more. Because the more you make, the more they take. The more you make, the more they take. I can remember working at this coal mine. I was making, man, I don't even want to say how much money I was making an hour. I was running heavy equipment. And I'm not talking about heavy equipment like you see when you riding down the street and they paving the roads. I'm talking about this stuff is jack. This stuff is huge. I'm talking, we call it earth moving equipment. It's the same stuff you would see, but it's probably like 15, 20 times bigger than that. Big ass dump trucks. I don't know if y'all ever seen earth moving equipment. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Some of the stuff that I used to run. I ran backhoes, track hoes, dump trucks, scrapers, easy miners. Y'all know what an easy miner is? Easy miner get the coal, which when you go in the pit. The pit is deep. We used to call it a hole, but it's a gigantic hole. Bulldozers. Let me show y'all a bulldozer I used to run. I hope it's got this picture where it's a person standing next to it. That's an old one right there. But you get the drift. Here go one. Let me put it down here. Is it showing it? I always gotta refresh this shit. That was one of the bulldozers I used to run. It's a D10. It's a D10. Look at the guy. He not even big as the tracks. You literally had to climb up in there to get in that cab. But yeah, I used to run stuff like this. So I was making a lot of money. And when I was doing that, man, look, let me tell you, I quit working overtime. I said, hell no. They was like, you want to come in Saturday? At first, when you green, you don't know. You be like, hell yeah. But then, you still got to grind it out sometime because fuck, I need that extra $200-300 or whatever it is. But damn, you be thinking, man, this check gonna be about $4,000. Man, the closer you think you get into that mark, the less you get into that mark. They take in more and more. You see how many tax? Man, I can remember one of my checks. I think the gross may have been like, I can't really remember. It may have been like 4,500 for a week. Man, I got like $2,900, bro. I was like, God damn. They took like $1,100, man. I was so pissed off. I was pissed. Man, I had plans. I said, oh, this weekend I'm finna go do this. I still could have done it, but it's like, damn. I thought I was gonna have something swinging. And if you're from Texas, when people say I want something swinging, that mean I want something extra. After I do all my spending, I need something to be swinging. It wasn't nothing swinging with that. Damn. It wasn't nothing swinging. What's up, Big Daddy Sports? What's up? What's going on, bro? Says, let me see. We already said no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. It provides a historic tax cut for seniors, and I think that what they talking about it in that is the taxes on like the Social Security checks, and which is crazy to me. I'm like, the money was already taxed going in. Why is it being taxed um, on disbursement? WSG, you gotta. Hey, look, I don't know all of these terms, sports prods. I don't know all these terms, bro. I'm assuming WSG is like what's the topic or something. What? Oh, what's going on? Is that what that is? Nothing much, man. We just talking about this big beautiful bill and what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Y'all can tell me what y'all like about it or don't like about it. You know what I'm saying? It finishes President Trump's wall. No tax on overtime that passed. It passed. Did it pass? Hope. I haven't been watching TV. Have they voted on that yet? Has it passed? I know that's what kind of the deal with Elon. He didn't like the bill. Oh, it's what's good. Okay, I figured that. Nothing much, man. What's going on with you? It finishes President Trump's border wall, which is good because I'm in Texas. I don't know why people from other states would just hate on that. They was acting like we was just out of our minds for wanting this border wall. You don't live in Texas, bro. You don't get tired of these people just popping up. You like, who is this? Why is they at this work site? Why are they over here at Home Depot? What is going on? See, then when Abbott started shipping their asses to Chicago and all of these other places, then they was like, oh, hell no, we don't want illegal immigrants. That's what we've been telling you. When they started shipping them to these sanctuary cities, then they got upset. It's like, but y'all wanted to be sanctuary cities. Y'all like illegal immigrants. Here you go. Have a blast. Have a ball. Then they start putting a strain on their economies. Start coming into town hall meetings demanding resources. And you like, what? What was the one in Chicago where the Latinos was in there like asking for more money and more housing? She was crying and stuff like, what? Like, how entitled can you be to walk in somebody else's country and then go into like a city council meeting and demand something? Oh, you was asking me if it passed? I don't know. Let me see real quick. I don't know if they voted on it yet. I haven't really been paying attention to news. I've been paying attention to other things. Like when the election season is around, I'll be locked in then. But when it's not, I kind of go in and out. I'll watch it and then I won't watch it. Yes, it passed. It passed last month. But I still think, don't they have to like go through it and I think they still have to do a couple of things. I know that it passed, and yeah, it still can go through further changes or modifications. Yeah. Big Dave said I live like an hour away from Chicago. What do you think about all the immigration over there in Chicago with us sending those immigrants up there? What do you think about that? How does that make you feel? Sports. I can't keep calling you Big Daddy. That's it's kind of it's making me uncomfortable. It's making me uncomfortable. But what do you think about that? It also says it boosts Border Patrol and ICE agents on the front lines with the largest border security investment in history, hiring 10,000 new ICE personnel, 5,000 new custom officers, 3,000 new Border Patrol agents to detain and deport at least 1 million illegal immigrants annually. Now, I'm not going to lie. For the last couple of months, even though I've been driving this truck, I've been really, really, really thinking about joining ICE or Border Patrol. I've been looking into it. That's one reason. That's another reason why I've been kind of keeping with my workouts and stuff. It's because I'm like, man, I'm thinking about changing my profession again, going into Border Patrol, getting that bonus. I really have. I'm like, damn, should I go do that? Maybe I should. Then I talk myself out of it. Says it also increases child tax credit to 2,500 per family. It protects Medicaid for Americans who truly need it. This bill eliminates waste, fraud, and abuse by ending benefits for at least 1.4 million illegal immigrants who are gaming the system, which is a good thing. See, when the Democrats explain that, they make it seem as if it's Americans that's going to lose Medicaid. 1.4 million Americans. No, 1.4 million illegal immigrants are going to lose out. And I don't have a problem with that. I don't care. You're not American citizens. You're not entitled to anything. But the Democrats want you to believe that. They want you to believe that these people are even entitled to due process. You're not entitled to due process either. But I know the Constitution make it seems as if there are, and I guess that they are. But I wish they would change that. Because that's not fair. Because if it's granting due process to illegal immigrants, then they just basically grant due process to the whole damn world. If anybody crosses our border, then they get due process. It doesn't matter. Like, does that not seem crazy to y'all? Other countries don't allow you to just come in and get due process. Man, it's been people go to other countries and start smuggling drugs and anything. They have a trial date within a week. They get found guilty and they cut their head off. But over here we be like, nah, we gotta house you for a couple of months. We need to pay for you a lawyer. We're gonna try to get you off. Once we get you off, then we're gonna get you some housing. Like, what the fuck is going on? That's why they don't care about our country. That's why they just be in another country. Well, I'm going to America. I'll see y'all later. Nah, I'm gonna be fine. I'm finna go over here and get me something to eat in the house. Give me some shoes and I'll be good. I'll send y'all some money back. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be good. I'll go over there and start talking shit to all the Americans and telling them that they're lazy while I'm getting a bunch of free stuff that they're paying for. And then don't worry about it. I'll open up a store and I'll bring the rest of y'all over here. Just hang tight. What? It implements popular work requirements for able-bodied Americans receiving taxpayer-funded benefits. Through common sense, Clinton-era work, voluntary educational training requirements, the one big beautiful bill lifts Americans up to find a better quality of life through their dignity of work, which means through some of these entitlement programs, you're going to have to get a job. If you're able-bodied, you can work. So all the people who don't want to find work or want to game the system and get your little extra benefits, it's going to be a wrap. You need to be productive. That's what's wrong with our society now. A lot of people are lazy. Man, when you get up and do something, you feel better about it anyway. There's no point in being lazy. When you get up and make something for yourself, even if you're getting some type of entitlement, some food stamps, but if you're going to work every day, you won't feel like a bum. But if you're just sitting on your ass and waiting every first of the month for these food stamps to hit or something, you're going to feel like crap. And then you're going to wonder, why am I always depressed? Well, you don't want to do anything. You're waiting on all of these checks and shit to hit your account. Trust me, it's a lot better when you get stuff on your own. You appreciate it more. That's why I like a lot of this stuff in this bill. It eliminates hundreds of billions of dollars in green new scam tax credits. Don't even get me started on that Green New Deal crowd. I'm so glad he got rid of all of that. You know, I used to be caught up in the, climate change and, even my dad, he's a Democrat, but they was like, this is bullshit. Hey, this is bullshit. Weather has always been doing this. Even my dad, they still Democrats. They was still like, this is bullshit. It's always been like this. The weather, like, it's not as hot or something or as cold as it was during this certain, but they like, this, it's always been like this. And I'm sitting there watching MSNBC like, no. In 20 years, this is going to happen and we're going to burn up. And oh, my God. It's just a scam. It's just a scam. Lord have mercy. Let me see. Oh, number 18. It stops illegal immigrants from receiving tax credits and tax remittances sent to foreign countries. These people don't need tax credits. What the hell are they getting tax credits for? You shouldn't get any type of benefit until you become a citizen. Until you go through that whole process. You shouldn't be able to own property or nothing. I believe all of that shit. And if you leave this country, you should be forced to sell. Can't be just holding on to shit. I'm going to charge people. I'm going to go live in Cambodia. I'm going to charge somebody to stay in my house. Nah, you finna have to sell that bitch. You need to sell it to somebody else. You need to give it up. Oh, you want to be a citizen over there? Okay, you got to sell all your American assets. You can keep stocks and stuff like that. But all this property no, you got to give it up. Like when Sarah Huckabee Sanders kicked all the Chinese out of Arkansas, owning all that property, just took it from them. I have no issue with that. What the hell y'all owning all this property for? Y'all gonna increase the prices, increase our rent, hurt our economy by doing that shit, forcing prices to go up, and y'all don't even live here. They don't see the play. Like, how could they not even seen the play on that? Like, is our government that stupid? They constantly try to make it seem like Trump and them is just insane. He's not that insane. Let's be honest. Some of these little tactics and schemes, he's done them. That's how he knows it's bullshit. He like, man, y'all getting played. I used to do that. It's like the damn bad guy going undercover for the feds or something. He can point out everything and tell you, oh, this guy's doing this and this guy's doing that. Well, how do you know that? Well, I used to do it. I'm telling you what he's doing. Y'all can't see it, but I'm telling you. I know the ins and outs of all of this. Y'all sitting up here falling for the okie doke. Y'all the type of niggas that are go in a room, a female on the street, convince you to come back to the room with her and get robbed. Somebody from the streets will know, nah, you finna get set up, fool. I ain't going back to nowhere with your ass. But you don't know that. Same concept. They know what's going on, you don't. You falling for every trick in the book. It incentivizes, number 20, it incentivizes made in America. I don't even need to read the rest of that. Made in America. I'm so sick of these people. We can't make nothing over here no more. We don't even have enough resources to make all it. Well, how in the fuck was we making all this stuff before? Before we sold all our businesses, the government sold our asses out. What's up, Jalen? Sold all our asses out, sent all our jobs overseas. How was we making all this stuff before? We had textile factories, all of this shit. And now you got people running around here saying, we can't make none of that stuff. We got resources. What is y'all talking about? It's so much untapped resources in this country and land. Y'all are crazy. Don't y'all know most of the people live along the coast of this country? Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi. Just go on up. Right in the heart of this country, man, there's very few people. I ain't gonna say very few, but it's not as much as it is along the coastlines. I live in Texas. I'm not by the coastline, but we stay close enough where we be like, shit, I want to go to the beach. I want to go see some water. Man, there's so many resources in all of these places. Oil. I'm in Texas. We don't need nobody's oil. Why do you think we don't be worried about no damn gas prices? Yeah, they'll kind of go up, but if we really wanted to, we just pump our own shit. We don't give a fuck. We just pump our own. We don't need this. Us in Florida, California, we can really run. We can run them ourselves. Well, California probably not because they so wasteful. They'll run their shit into the ground where they already have. But it's a lot of resources in Texas. It's a lot of places in Texas where people don't live because it's really deserted. And you know what's under those deserts? It's a lot of oil. It's a lot of minerals down there. It's a lot of stuff down there. It's just unbearable to live. So it's hard to get anything going over there. I was watching one video where it was like, I want to say it had to be like 50 or 60% of Texas is unoccupied. Everybody staying like Houston, Dallas, along the edges. I'm telling y'all. That's why so many people that's moving to Texas. Even with all the technology, eventually people are going to start living in those parts because they're going to be able to have water, resources. They're going to be able to get all of that stuff in there with the way the technology is going. That's why it's I live in Texas, I'm telling you, it's so many people moving down here. They even moving to like cities where I stay where it's like, bro, what are y'all doing? Everybody's supposed to go to Florida and Houston. I mean, Dallas and Houston. Y'all is all over here in East Texas, and they happy. I'm like, man, it's cheap. I like the living. Cause see, that's another thing. When you come to places like East Texas, people be like, damn, it's relaxing out here. I can see the trees. It's good air. We got lakes, ponds. People like to go fishing and hunting, and you know, a couple of hours will take you to Dallas or Florida. I mean, I keep saying Florida, Dallas or Houston, Galveston. It expands access to 22. It expands access to child care for hard-working American families. Let me see what it says on that one. Supports savings for new families, establishes savings accounts for newborns to support growth and advancement, increases access to the adoption tax credit, makes the credit more usable for our families, opening up more homes to the joys of adoptions and championing the sanctity of life. Bills on the Trump tax cuts, incentives for paid leave and child care, strengthens paid leave and medical leave credit from the Trump tax cuts, lowers the cost of health care, expands health savings accounts for Americans to take control of their health care, codifies Trump's individual coverage, health reimbursement arrangements, increasing coverage options for 350,000 individuals. Rising child care costs are squeezing low and middle income families. Hold on. I gotta refresh this again. Sorry about that. In the U.S., 65% of children under 5 live in a household where both parents work, and 70% of parents experience difficulty in paying for child care. Now, that's sad. That's a crazy stat. That's what we got to get away from. 65% of children under 5 live in a household where both parents work. We got to get away from that. We got to get away from that. We got to go back to where only the father has to work and the mom, if she wants to do some stuff she can do that. But the wife needs to be taking care of the kids. The man needs to be taking care of the household. And that's how we had a great country back then. We had great families, especially in the black community, before they took the man out the household and replaced him with entitlement programs. The man goes to work, takes care of the kids, feeds them, takes care of the husband when he comes home. Children learn from the mom, little stuff that helps them out once they go to school. Now, who's teaching your kids? Video games, tablets, phones. Now they going to school, don't know shit. And speaking of that, I was talking to my daughter the other day. She's 17 now, but what she said to me, something that she said to me just really, uh, it really rubbed me the wrong way. It really bothered me. Not saying like she said something that made me mad. It was just that what she was telling me, how the system is and what she's been taught. And I was thinking, man, They really screwed y'all over. And that's why I wish she was with me because she would know some things that she should know now. And I'm not just faulting her mom, making it seem like, she didn't do a good job. I think she could have done better, but I'm not saying that as if she was a bad mother. I'm just saying that if the mom was in the household, didn't have to work, they could be more focused on the kids. The father could be more focused on the bills, the household, making sure everybody was fed, clothed, happy. I think things would be a lot better. But once feminism got in the way and all these women wanted to go to work, now that's all they think about. They in the competition with men. Oh, I'm more educated than a man. I make more money than a man. Sis, that's not what it's really about. I get it. But at the end of the day, y'all just hurting the family structure. Y'all just want us to go back into the house and be homemakers. Yeah. Not in a bad way like y'all trying to make it seem, but yeah. Sad, man. Let's keep going. You know what? I like this one too. Number 25, it helps American farmers, producers, and ranchers compete and sell products in foreign markets. The bill makes sure American farmers aren't crowded out by foreign imports in liquid fuel production markets. I like that. Damn, I didn't mean to do that. I like that. I like anything that helps out Americans first, especially American farmers, because I think we need to get back to the basics, like I'm saying, stuff that strengthens our economy and strengthens the people. Like our American farmers, I think that is something that's big. Like if I was a president, I would put a lot more into them, their produce, their farming, the cattle, and anything pertaining to the farm. I would put a lot into those people. We could get our meat from them and it not waiting on something to come from overseas. We can make sure they had healthy animals, healthy crops, which in return would benefit everybody because we would get better food. And instead, you got these people who want to do the whole Bill Gates route and have these artificial seeds. You got fruits and vegetables that don't have seeds and stuff is seedless, and that's not natural. The meat is just gigantic. You go and you try to go get you a piece of chicken, and it's a big ass breast, look like a brontosaurus breast off of damn Flintstones. It's all Flintstones food now. Brontosaurus burgers and shit like that. Like, remember Fred pulled up to that little drive-in and they dropped that big ass, that big rack of ribs on his car. His car almost tipped over. That's the type of shit we get now. That's the type of shit you get now. You pull up at a Popeyes or something and drive to get you a two-piece, man, they hand you be like, God, what the fuck is in this box? Y'all can't even close the box. Ma'am, just take that back. I don't want that chicken breast. I done told him that. I don't want that chicken breast. I opened that shit up. It was a chicken breast. She said, what's wrong? I said, I don't want that. She said, for real? I said, I don't want that. That shit is too big. I just take that little baby one over there. I don't want that. I don't want to eat that. She kind of laughed. Like, bro, that's look at that chicken leg. What is that? That's a hell of a chicken leg. Anyway, oh, here go one that pertains to me. It protects hardworking taxpayers by canceling Biden's illegal and unfair student loan bailouts. You know, honestly, I didn't have an issue with the student loan bailouts because I think a lot of people got fucked because we was promised to go to school, and I know people saying, "Well, you shouldn't be getting loans that you can't pay back." But man, they lied to us, man. They said go to school, you get you a good job. Man, people went to school, couldn't find a good job, and if you did find a good job, the loans are so massive, it take you forever to pay that back. In the meantime, you couldn't even get your house. You trying to pay back all these damn student loans. It take you till you 50 some years old before you pay it off. Then you get a house. Now you got a 20-year, 30-year mortgage. Like, what the fuck? So, like me, I'm paying back my student loans, which I don't got an issue with. It is what it is. Like, that's one of those ones that I'm kind of conflicted on because I don't, student loan bailouts, I didn't have an issue with that. Now, you bailed out these big businesses during Obama. Why can't you bail out students? Nobody said nothing to them when they was bailing out all them banks. They were supposed to just fail. But they didn't convince you that if you do something for American people, then it's something bad. I don't I don't I don't go along with that. It's not true. Ends taxpayer funded sex changes. I'm not gonna read no more. That speaks for itself. They need to cut that shit out. Should never started with it. Look at her. It strengthens SNAP benefits. The legislation requires states to contribute a greater portion of the cost of administering benefits, thereby controlling costs and closes the excessively broad loopholes for worker requirements. So you got to go to work, but the benefits are strengthened, which people tend to think that he's going to cut our benefits. Yeah, if you don't work, if you're an able-bodied person and you don't work, yeah, they're going to get cut. But if you can work, you'll be okay. I think the rest of them are something that they kind of was kind of repeating themselves to me. Cause see, they talked about the $10,000 bonuses annually for the ICE. That was up. It wasn't. They didn't specifically say that, but it was in there. The health saves accounts. Yeah. 46, it creates permanent fees that illegal immigrants must pay for their applications so American taxpayers aren't saddled with covering these costs. What the fuck are we paying the fees of their applications for anyway? These fees will bring in over 77 billion to cover edu- adjudication costs and fund immigration processes and enforcement actions. Yeah, we shouldn't be paying for that shit anyway. They get some type of subsidy. Well, if you don't have enough money for it, we can get you. You can fill out this paperwork, and we'll get it paid for by the American people for you. Fuck no. So, what do y'all did y'all like anything in the bill, or did not like something in the bill? But like I say, that was brought to my attention by I didn't got comfortable. That was brought to my attention. That was brought to my attention by Miss Paradise. Life's a Paradise. I think I'm just kind of burnt out because I was going in early on that damn Trump shit. But as y'all can see, I am a little burnt out. Enough talking. Um, I'm gonna try to get back like I just did about an hour or two ago, where my show where y'all can come on and talk. You can call in, however you want to call it. I got to get back to that too. So I'm gonna run some of them, but really I'm gonna use that more so for my videos. But you know what I was thinking the other day about my videos? I think I'm. I think I'm gonna try something different. I think I'm a. Cause I notice when I in the algorithm, if I'm trying to do both the videos and the lives, it's like either one or the other is gonna really go. See, when I've been doing these lives, I've been noticing that I get 300, 600 views in the same day. Like, I think it was about two lives ago that I did. When I was watching, it was like 600 some people watching. Y'all couldn't see it. I think it may have shown y'all, because I could see it showed y'all, it was probably like 14, 15 people watching. But it had 600 people watching, which is crazy. And I think it's because of this vertical shit, too. Like I say, some people, when they going through shorts and they watching those shorts and they just scrolling up, it pops up in there. Because I seen it on my analytics. It said I was popping up in the shorts a lot. So that's what I was getting a lot of views from, too. But yeah, I think I'm going to do this and I'm going to kind of just stay away from the videos for a while. If I'm going to do a video, it's probably, y'all just going to have to catch me on a live talking about it. And I think people are like that more. But the thing about that is I'm going to have to pop on her as soon as some of this stuff goes down. Because if I wait too long, then there's no point in talking about it. But yeah, I'll do one. Man, you know what? I kind of like this vertical shit. So I'm going to do some of these. But sometime when I want to interact, I'll do the other one where people can come on and come watch it. So with that being said, man, appreciate y'all coming through. If you hadn't liked the video, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.